Although I look like a very fortunate child, I am not one. Yeah, this is my mom. She loves me a lot and also cares for me, but she barely has time for me. My mom works 2 jobs and also takes care of all the housework all by herself. It's not that like I don't have a dad, but it would have been better if I didn't had one. My dad always screamed and yelled at my mom and me. He hated me because I was not his daughter. Yes, he was my stepdad. I lost my real dad when I was just a kid of 2 years. After the loss of my dad, my mom was lonely and she was left with her whole life and me. So after some years, she decided to get married again. But just after her marriage, she regretted her decision. My stepdad, Steve, was an alcohol addict. Soon, Steve forced my mom for money so that he could drink alcohol. When my mom did not give him the money, he hit my mom. I was little then. My mom was about to divorce Steve, but then he apologized and my mom decided to give him another chance. Soon, my stepdad got a job and conditions seemed to get better, but then my mom became pregnant. My stepdad was over the moon. He was eagerly waiting for his own child. And 9 months later, my stepbrother was born. And from this day, my misery started. I was 6 years then. I needed a company, but my mom was busy with a baby, and my dad hardly cared for me. I was lonely. At times, I myself fled out of the house just to get rid of the boredom. As if my mom had forgotten that I exist. Years passed and the situation continued to be the same. My stepbrother Charles was everyone's favorite, and I was the forgotten one. I had tiffs with my mom. I would yell at her. It was my 13th birthday, and I went to my mom with excitement and I asked her, "Mom, where's my gift?" To my anguish, she asked me, "What gift?" I asked in anguish, "Don't you remember today?" And she clearly said no. I was deeply hurt. So I screamed, "Why the hell did you give birth to me? You are not my mom!" And walked out of the house outraged. I remember my steps were fast. I wanted to go somewhere where no one could find me. But in my anguish, I did not realize I was up to until something hit me. Bang! I had an accident with a delivery truck. I lay there still, blood oozing out of my head. I don't remember what happened next, but the next memory I had was of the hospital. I could feel light around me, but I wasn't able to open my eyelids. I could hear my mom's cry. And then the doctor's words terrified me. The accident was so severe that it caused brain hemorrhage, and I would be in coma. No one could predict when I would recover. What? But I could hear everything. But why couldn't I move? I wanted to talk, but I could not even move my eyelids. I was struck. I wanted to cry, but I couldn't do that as well. Every day, I heard my mom cry. She said she loved me, and I wanted to reply back that I love her too, but I couldn't. Days passed by. I was in the vegetative state. The doctor asked my mom to take me home, and after months, I was returning home. But this time, my house was not my house. I was lying on my bed like dead. Everything was mine, but I couldn't touch or feel them. And then, the things began to get worse. My stepdad Steve would shout and scream at my mom. He would say that he won't spend a penny on my treatment, and all my expenses are to be taken care of my mom. I felt sorry for my mom. I had only increased her burden. One night, I could hear my mom's screams. I knew that Steve is again beating her, and I wanted to beat the shit out of Steve, but I couldn't move. The only thing that I could do was move my eyelids. This was the first time, after a year, that I could move something. I was angry, but could not express anything. I was trapped in my body. I just wanted to wake up and save my mom. I could still hear my mom's cries for help. I was lying there, helpless. I am not sure, but tears rolled down my eyes. That night, when Mom came to my room, she could see the droplets of tears and was overjoyed and immediately called the doctor, who was also stunned. The very next day, I was taken back to the hospital for some test, and then the doctor said that I had signs of improvement, and he believes that I can be normal again. I again heard my mom crying, but this time her tears were of happiness. She loved me so much and cared for me. But then I heard there is one treatment that can improve my condition, but that's expensive. I thought, how can my mom afford an expensive treatment? I was really a burden on her. But then, doctor added, "Mrs. Morgan, I suggest you should seek media help for funds." The very next day, I remember some journalists' voices asking my mom for her story. And then within next few days, my treatment began. My mom seemed happier. She hugged me, kissed me. I wanted to kiss her back, but I couldn't. Months passed. I could easily move my eyelids, but I couldn't open my eyes. But suddenly, one day, I heard my mom. "Steve's left me," and heard her sobbing. I wanted to open my eyes so badly. I was trying hard, and finally, I could open them. I saw a flash of light, and then saw my mom sobbing. When my mom saw my eyes open, she immediately shouted for the doctor. The doctor arrived. It was a miracle. The doctor asked me if I could hear him. He asked me to blink my eyes thrice, and I could do it. My mom was overjoyed. She hugged me, kissed me, although I was not able to do the same, but tears rolled down my eyes. I could still not move my arms or lips, but I am sure, I will surely. And now I know that I mean a lot to my mom. I love her a lot. If you like my story, don't forget to comment below and subscribe to our channel.